to the entertainer talking sports.
What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video as more news is dropping this morning. I'll have as much news as I could get up today. I'll be working at 2 o'clock today. But happy New Year's Eve, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the video. And the New York Giants have confirmed that they will be interviewing their fourth candidate. Of course, there is interest in Matt Rule. I announced yesterday Eric Bieniemy. I announced Josh McDaniels and Chris Richard of the Dallas Cowboys. Well, now, one of the big names the New York Giants will be bringing in, and that is Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, of course, a very accomplished head coach. He's, a huge record, way over 500, a former Super Bowl winner with the Green Bay Packers. Got his start, I believe, with the Kansas City Chiefs. Learned under Marty Schottenheimer. Marty Schottenheimer is known to use the running backs the way that he did with LaDainian Tomlinson, a very smart offensive mind. So if the Giants went this route, they'd be going with an offensive head coach. Obviously, when you just look at record, I mean, he's one of the most accomplished coaches ever, I think, and, in terms of being over 500. Of course, it helps when you have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, right? And he went to numerous NFC title games, and was a very, very successful head coach there with the Green Bay Packers. At the end of his tenure, the reason he was let go really was because the tension between him and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did not like the way that the team was going, and that's why the Green Bay Packers seemingly moved on. They then went out, they got themselves a good young coach over there, and they had success this year. They went 13-3. Now, how much is that because of Matt LaFleur? And how much is that because they got rid of Mike McCarthy? You got to think about that a little bit. But in fairness to McCarthy, much like when the Giants got rid of Coughlin, the Packers went out there, they added Preston Smith, they Amos, they added Zadarius Smith. They added a lot of free agents for that defense, and that certainly has helped the Green Bay Packers, as they will be the number 2 seed going into the NFL playoffs. But as far as McCarthy goes, he's one of the best names out there, one of the most accomplished. If you're looking for a defensive-minded head coach, though, he's not your guy. But let's get into the tweet about Mike McCarthy, and being that it officially will be going down. Adam Schefter tweeted this out. Giants are expected to interview former Packers head coach Mike McCarthy this weekend, per source. So he'll be getting interviewed sometime this weekend. I suppose that means Saturday or Sunday during the playoff games. Another thing I want to bring up about Mike McCarthy, there were a lot of articles that came out during the offseason that he's been working very hard. I remember reading an article, I think it was on ESPN.com, about McCarthy, and he had his team as he was trying to become a better head coach with the year given off. McCarthy almost took the New York Jets head job, if you remember correctly, and the New York Jets chose to hire Adam Gase over McCarthy by all accounts. Now, my guess is, and I don't know this for sure, because most people would take McCarthy over Gase. The only 2 reasons I come up with why the Jets would have chosen Gase over McCarthy. One, Gase was a quarterback guy, but I kind of erased that because so was McCarthy. McCarthy came up as a quarterback coach and had great success, obviously, with Aaron Rodgers, but maybe they didn't like how it ended off with Rodgers. That's possible. The other reason is McCarthy may have required more personnel say, much like Matt Rule did. That is confirmed, and that is why Matt Rule did not take the job. And my guess is it might be the same exact story with the Mike McCarthy. And we'll see if the New York Giants are willing to give McCarthy or Rule a little more say than they have in the past with some of their coaches. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm not going to be upset if we hire a Mike McCarthy. Like I've said numerous times, he's not my first choice, but he's an incredibly accomplished head coach. He's had great success in this league, and coaches like him don't grow on trees. So I'd be happy if the New York Giants brought in Mike McCarthy. I obviously would have preferred Ron Rivera or Matt Rule. But, I'm sure a lot of New York Giants fans will be excited if we bring in Mike McCarthy. He's very accomplished. He's not like a Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur's, all of his accomplishments were as an offensive coordinator. He had no success as a head coach. This would be the complete opposite. McCarthy's had a lot of success as a head coach, and he's been around the league. So we'll see what the New York Giants decide to do, but nevertheless, they will be interviewing him, as he will be in the line, a long list of candidates that the New York Giants seemingly will look into this offseason before they make their decision. As always, guys, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.